Tomorrow, seniors from Oxford High School will gather at Pine Knob for their graduation ceremony.
This group is the final class of students to leave the school after surviving a deadly mass shooting in November of 2021.
The violence claiming the lives of Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling, and leaving many others wounded.
Our own Simon Shea Cat met with the families of 3 graduating students, listening to the complex range of emotions they've faced as they start another chapter in life.
For graduating seniors at Oxford High, a mass shooting has forever changed the past 4 years, but they tell me they have found strength from one another. When it comes to crossing that stage, what are your thoughts?
Crossing that stage is going to be a big moment in my life.
For Oxford High School senior Aiden Watson, healing is a word that carries a deep meaning on many levels. Aiden and his mother Linda sitting down with me inside a downtown Oxford coffee shop to talk about struggles he's had to overcome as a result of a mass shooter opening fire inside Oxford High School when he was a freshman. Aiden was among those wounded by gunfire that altered his daily life.
I missed, if not all of my 9th grade. I barely went in for 10th grade. I went about half a day in for 11th grade. And senior year, I didn't go in at all.
For Linda, raw emotions included anger and outrage along with disbelief, with 4 other students being killed. Hannah St. Juliana, Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, and Justin Schilling, innocent souls taken in a horrific scene.
I remember when he got shot and when we brought him home from the hospital, putting my heart on his chest just to hear his heartbeat. Over time, the mix of hurt and sadness and anger, but gratefulness.
Aiden and his mother among families who were involved in criminal cases that followed that led to the shooter being sentenced to life without parole and his parents being convicted of involuntary manslaughter and also sent to prison.
She'd always be there to prepare me for court hearings, to prepare me for job interviews, school. I feel like I had to mature more because you can't be a child and go to court.
Along the way, he's found joy again in riding dirt bikes, seeing friends, and he plans to tutor and volunteer in his spare time. His family and his faith, an ever-present source of inspiration.
I'm about to graduate OCC with an associate's next year, and hopefully I can hop straight into an internship going through electrical or engineering.
We are extremely proud of him on so many levels. And there's been so many points along the way that we didn't know if we were going to get here okay. Graduation is going to be extremely emotional for me and our whole family.
Emotions also powerful for another graduating senior, Luke Johnson, who lost a dear friend and role model in Tate Meir.
Yeah, me and Tate were pretty close, so I always looked up to him during wrestling season especially.
Luke is now a champion wrestler, also committed to playing football at Wayne State University in the fall.
He always took me under his wing, how he was always there for me when I needed him.
Luke tells me his own journey after the shooting came with a realization about empathy for fellow freshman classmates that year and others who saw terror on that day.
We all were there, all experienced some same thing in different ways though.
Have you taken on that mentorship role for someone else as Tate did for you?
I believe so. I feel like I've always been in touch with a lot of people and a lot of people look up to me. But I like to try to be a little humble with it. I'm just kind of always there for someone if they always need me.
His mother, Christina,
I honestly don't even know how they did it. I'm in awe of them.
Expressing her own feelings about younger siblings of victims still walking the same halls, even after this final class, who were freshmen in 2021, graduates.
Even though this is the last class that actually went through the tragedy in the high school, there's many, we'll never forget. This is something that every day we wake up and we think about.
Love you guys.
More hugs were shared during our interviews between families of Aiden Watson and senior Phoebe Arthur, both Phoebe and Aiden overcoming serious physical wounds. But emotional scars exist to this day as well, 3.5 years later.
It's not what we thought it would be. When she started her freshman year, what we thought graduation would look like looks nothing like we've ever seen before in our lives. And it's sad.
The next chapter looks different for every student. What do you hope is in Phoebe's next chapter?
Happiness. A very good life. Something that has nothing to do with thinking about this anymore.
Phoebe's mother, Sandra, a proud parent, also opening up about the path forward for her daughter. She recalls early on in the hospital, even basic communication was difficult.
she was signing in bed when she was still had the tracheotomy in her, like because she wanted to speak, she wanted to be able to say things, and her strength and determination to get better and how hard she worked.
With graduation meaning something different for each senior, she tells me yet another deadly mass shooting in our state after Oxford also led to a change in plans.
Once the Michigan State shooting happened, that was something that definitely deterred her from taking that route. I think she's looking for something that's just gonna bring her happiness, and everyone's gonna recover differently, everyone's gonna grieve differently.
As they hold their children close, families say they can never forget what took place that day, but they also see graduation as a way of starting a new chapter.
I think we still take things minute by minute, and we are very excited to see where she's going to go, but there's no pressure to get there.
And for some, community support making a tremendous difference along the way.
There's a significant portion of the community that really did step up, wrapped their arms around us in so many ways that I never even thought possible.
Looking ahead, families tell me they plan to continue maintaining those close ties as they approach the future. From downtown Oxford, Simon Shaquette, 7 News Detroit.
You know, I know these kids are never going to forget what they've gone through, but so nice to see smiles and them talk about happiness and their futures going forward. I can't wait to see what happens to them in the long run.
Yeah, to move on to the next stage in life is definitely remarkable, but also so unfair that that had to be in their past.
So unfair, but hopefully they can touch others and having, you know, gone through what they have, but still moving forward to college and other jobs and other good things with their family.
And I wish them the best for sure.